Now we hear that, angels are sent to minister to the heirs of salvation.
Yes.
And that in the Mozambique revival, that angelic assistance and visitation happens quite a lot. So give us
so much.
Some examples of that.
First, it was when we went to minister to Zimbabwe. We were 5 people first. There was a man walking ahead of us. And this is the highway. And nobody can walk right in the middle of the road. The car is coming behind 120 kilometers per hour.
Oh my goodness.
And this man keep on walking. Well, he was not seem like angel.
Yeah.
Their parents, he was just looking like the normal person and so on.
Right.
But the problem is that as long as we've been driving, we never passed this man. Later on, we arrived in Mutare. We were doing this crusade. Another man came with a child that stopped breathing with his wife. They came crying to the meeting when they arrived there. When we came closer around the baby, when we wanted to start to pray, suddenly that presence of that man came and warmed up the place.
Wow.
Yeah, and
he walked into your meeting.
And he walked to the meeting.
Yes.
That the same guy on the road. I said, what's going on? This thing, what's happening? And then the child started breathing.
Wow.
That was the healing of that child. That was the first place.
And what happened to this man, as we call him?
Oh, this man, he gave his life to Jesus. And
no, but the man that walked in, that you said, like,
well, when he walked in,
yeah,
when we say, who is this man? And then he disappeared.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then you found the
but just the smell of this man,
yeah,
his smell was like a smell of lightning.
How does that smell?
Lightning. You never smell the lightning? You don't have
don't get it quite so much here.
Lightning, it smells like sometimes there's 2 types of smell.
Yeah.
When it strikes the tree or strikes the iron,
right.
And there's 2 types of smelling.
Sure.
Yeah, but it's just like a connection, like a choke between the positive and the negative. We need to connect it and then do the fire a little bit, and it little smells a little bit.
Yeah, I get it.
And then it was just like a smell of the lightning that has been hit the ground shortly.
Wow.
Yeah, that was the smell. Wow. It's where we realized, no, this is another type of realm of another realm.
Someone else
that was the first. The second was when we were in Mtarara.
Yep.
We were driving, going to Maputo. It's 3 days journey. Suddenly the people fell asleep. This angel came and hold the steering wheel of the vehicle.
Wow. Now, what sort of angel was that? Did that come in human form?
He was coming as a human form.
Right.
Yes. And
how did he come? How did he come into the truck? Or?
Well, he was having appearance of like a little lady with a long hair. Mm-hmm. The appearance of that person was myself, Jose Lorino, Tanika and Frost, and Brian. He is a missionary in Afghanistan with his wife Ruth. We were in the car, driving. The journey was supposed to have 3 days driving in Africa. And then that day after he appeared, and then later on he disappeared. It took us half a day, the journey that we were supposed to drive in 3 days.
And so he appeared?
He appeared.
The truck?
He was in the truck. He held the steering wheel. When I saw him, I started confessing my sin. I knew that we are going to die. Wow. So I have to die clean and then start confessing my sin. Oh Lord, I'm a sinner. What?
Why did you think you were going to die? Could you feel God's presence?
Well, I felt God's presence in another way. I say unseen. It's difficult sometimes to see unseen, visible with the open eye like that.
Yeah.
So I thought, I better cleanse some of the areas that is needed to be cleansed.
Yeah. It's always good to do that.
And I cleansed those areas that was necessary to cleanse, and then I shouted with a loud voice. That made him to disappear. I shouted, "What next, Lord?" And then he disappeared.
Oh my.
The driver stopped. Lorin, it was the Lorin was driving. The driver stopped and then said, "Oh, I'm feeling sleep so much." I said to my heart, "You've been sleeping from a long time."
Yeah.
Somebody else was driving. And then we gave him water, he washed his face. We drive a little while we were in Maputo.
So it was a translation, really, wasn't it?
Yes, yes,
A 3.5
yes.
day journey.
Yeah.
Half an hour, did you say?
Half a day.
Half a day.
Yes.
Wow. That's
And the
amazing.
full-winged angel, I saw it in Malawi. That was amazing.
What happened then?
Was me,
Yeah.
Mark Dupont,
Yes.
you know Mark
Yes.
Dupont,
Know of him, yeah.
and Roland Baker.
Yes.
Well, we flew from Pemba to Malawi, and then the first night, Roland preached. The following day, Mark Dupont was preaching. And then after he preached, he stood me up and he started prophesying over me. Prophesy over me. And then in his prophecy, say, "You're gonna see things that you've never seen before."
Wow.
And what's that? And he carried on and carried on and carried on and carried on. Well, what happened is that we were at a Roman Catholic compound. We were staying there. And now the time came, Roland went to fix the sound at a conference, and that was completely a good conference. Almost 12,000 people.
Wow.
Yeah. And I was in the room because that time was supposed to me to preach. Well, Roland went, and then later on, I was walking by my feet. And the people, they already started singing. The song I could hear from the distance. Suddenly, when I was going, suddenly it appears the huge guy. I don't know. I've never heard of, not even thinking of it. Because he's going maybe like 2-storage house, his highest, with a wing that goes way up and way up. Wow. And the wing was making like this, and he was just like that. I fell down. In Malawi, there is a red ant that bites the people. Yes. Yes. I could not feel the red ant biting me all my face. Wow. I was getting beaten with the red ant as I fell like I'm dead.
My goodness.
And he was there. He did not say a word.
Right.
I could hear the brightness of his shoulder, those wings here. And on this side, it was amazing.
Wow.
Yes.
That sounds awesome.
That was amazing.
What do you think God was communicating to you? His protection, that you had this awesome angel with you as you were ministering?
Real definitely, I didn't get to minister that night anyway.
Yeah,
I didn't minister. They wait for me. Actually, they carried me. The people that were going to the meeting, they find him that I was dead or I collapsed. They carried me to the meeting to pray for me.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, that is what had happened.
So what do you think God was trying to minister to you through that visitation?
Well, he was wanted just to reveal his reality.
Yeah.
Because most of the time we used to say, according just like Habakkuk, for the earth will be filled with the knowledge of the glory of God as the water covers the sea. And most of the people, they think that the glory of God will cover the sea. But the glory of God is already covered the whole earth already.
Yes.
So the earth will be filled with the knowledge of that.
Yeah.
So he was revealing the knowledge of the glory of God in a greater way.
Right.
Yes.